Yeah, these potatoes are doing well. The spinach is also getting big over here, but it is very dry still in the Netherlands. Yeah, so over here the potatoes aren't doing so well as back there, and I think I figured out what's the difference. The previous owner used to have like a greenhouse over there, so that soil is a lot better than here where it was tiled down. Why it's growing here better, I don't know. Here we have a lot of plants to transplant. Look at the spinach. This is pretty cool. Look at the size of this, like it's like as big as my hand. See? That's huge. Like in the store you get like a 1-inch leaves, and over here they're like I don't know, 8 inches or something, maybe a little less, 6 inches. That's crazy. I love it though. I planted 4 more like sunflowers in the middle of this circle of sunflowers. Yeah. I hope it's gonna produce a lot of biomass. And of course nice flowers. This piece was so dry that I cut it up and I gave it a lot of water, so it's getting a little muddy again. Now I'm putting some hay on top. Then I'm putting some compost on top of that, and then I can plant some of this stuff on top of it, or transplant kind of. Oh yeah, by the way, it is not like I saw this on the internet, or I'm just doing stuff and trying stuff. And we have to experiment because, yeah, the world is full of lies. Oh yeah, and I'm also conscious of like no dig and like all these other different methods. Yeah. Like I said, I'm just trying stuff. It doesn't necessarily like have to be successful. playing like a kid in the mud again, and I love it. Yeah, like so there's still like some space in between like the parts that I transplanted. Yeah, I had all this stuff from my backyard, from my back garden. I had like a raised bed that I wanted to clear out, so I transported all these from that over here. I have a ton more space over here to yeah, plant all these things. And now I have some more space in my back garden again. Because it was getting a little crowded over there. So what I want to say is like there's still like some space left here, but I'm gonna like probably fill this with some more compost. But I don't have a lot of compost anymore, so I probably have to like get some again. Yeah, and then all these plants are gonna sow out. These are already doing this. This is like I don't know. It's kind of a kind of lettuce, like, yeah, I forgot the English name, but it is the tiny lettuce that is gonna like fill up all the ground, cover all the ground. Yeah, this is how I turned a piece of clay into a raised bed. So I have a couple more of these like green fertilizers, and I'm gonna plant like one per fruit tree. I got a bag of like Dutch premium like compost. I use for my raised beds on the clay dominant soil with different kinds from this brand, but yeah, this one is very good for on clay dominant soil. Like yeah, I'm gonna like put that with the little transplanted green fertilizer, and that one over there, and then in the back as well with the other trees, and the rest I will put in between what I just planted here, so that's a little more filled up. Okay, this is comfrey. Like I looked up the English name of it, but this is a special kind. This is like Bocking 14, like which is like one that doesn't sow out, because comfrey can like really spread fast and get through all your garden. It's a very strong plant. But what this does is like it's kind of like a mineral factory. So I looked up or I saw the tip that you should put them with the fruit trees, because then they work together and you will get nicer fruit from the fruit tree. So that's what I want. So in the Netherlands it's like now very dry for like a month or so. So yeah, I like use a lot of water. I have a water pump here. Yeah, I just bought it, so I'm really like spraying the garden a lot because things were just not growing because it was completely dried out, the soil. Especially if it's clay dominant again, like the parts that have more compost because the past owner made that soil better. Yeah, those are still growing, but the parts that are still very clayish, they have a hard time. The soil has a hard time of recovering and getting green again. I'm just mixing some wood chips here with the clay. This is also the stuff I used many times before, the lava grain. It makes the clay like fall apart. Yeah, that's a good thing. And this is the premium compost. Yeah, it has a nice root system. So just putting it in and topping it off with some more compost. So. Put a little bit of wood chips on top of it so the sun doesn't like immediately dry out all the compost again.